Well, there's a big temperature drop between yesterday and today. And the reason the temperature is different at Max Street Garage is because you can see that I'm getting rain. We're supposed to get rain here at Max Street Garage for the next 3 days, much like P Street Garage got where they are. And I'm not too sure about Texas, but nobody really knows about Texas, right? But anyway, I'm just going to have to find things to do on the inside because there's nothing for me to do on the outside. Now, for those of you that know, this may seem a bit unimportant, but for those that did not know, this is why one coat of base paint is different than two bases, or two coats. If you look at the area back here, you notice that is where the one coat of the Rust Restore is, but the door, the fender, the hood, and the roof is where I have two coats of Rust Restore. Notice how the water beads up better in those areas. That's telling me that that was a good idea to put that second coat on yesterday. I just wish I hadn't run out because I really like to have had this entire thing done yesterday, but that's just the way things go. So what I worked with yesterday evening was I took the couple of pieces for my 47 CJ2A Jeep, and what I hoped was a little bit of paint left in the cans. I took these two pieces. Now it's kind of hard to see, but this is actually a support. It goes like this. This is a support under the floor. There's a piece that goes from here out to the side and up to the front. It's really not important. You'll see that later on. But I took what I thought were empty spray bottles, spray cans, and I shook them, and I got some paint. And I got some runs too, but I just really wanted to get one coat on here. So I'm going to start coating all of this. This is the riser that goes between where the driver and passenger sit and then the back of the Jeep. This is, so when you look in a Jeep and notice the black back floor rises a bit, this is the piece, or sort of the step, that go, or the, what do they call them? They call them a step. This is the riser that goes from this level where the seats are in the front to the back level in the back. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down to Harbor Freight, and I'm going to buy some more Rust Restore paint, because I want to sand down the floor metal pieces that I have for the Jeep and get those coated because they are starting to rust. And I want to get ahead of that before anything else. So let's take a trip up to Harbor Freight, get what I need, and come back. So stand by. Look at that. See how much the trees are blowing out there? That means this rain's going to be here the rest of the afternoon. So I'm pretty much finished for today. Probably even tomorrow and the next day. Ugh. Now in between the downpours, I was able to go to Harbor Freight, get some bungee cords, and this 8x19 tarp. So I was able to cover the entire Comet. Saved about $100 instead of buying a car cover. I even had some bungee straps so I could button up the front and one in the middle, and hopefully the 4x4s will hold the rest of it down. You can see the piece right here. I see this little tab with a hole in it. If you look out there right towards the end of my finger, you can kind of see the same thing. You can zoom in if you want. This is the hat channel connector that connects the passenger side and the driver's side together. And of course the hat channel sits underneath the floorboard to keep the floorboard more steady. And then this longer piece is the rear floor riser. That's structurally important because it goes from this side to that side, connects the rear higher floor to the front lower floor. It keeps everything from twisting. I was also going to spray paint or rust inhibit the floor panels because they're starting to rust. But I don't even dare do that because with the humidity being around 80%, that's just too high to be painting. I just wish that shed was buttoned up enough that I could put a dehumidifier in there and paint, but I don't see that happening anytime soon with my current income. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off for today. Peace treat. I hope you've dried out over the past couple of days, and hopefully you don't get the rain that we're getting today. Texas, well, what can you say about Texas? The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. So, from the Sunshine State, yeah, okay, I'm going to bid you adieu. Be good to yourself, be nice to each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Probably not for 2 or 3 days. I want to go look in my wish list catalogs from Kaiser Willis and for Eckler's, so I go dream list for the Comet, dream list for the Jeep. So take care. Bye.